Wonka is now out in theaters. Is it worth seeing? Let's talk about it. Hey there, my name is Caleb, and I love diving just a little bit deeper into our favorite TV shows and movies. If you can relate, join me down in the comments and let me know what your favorite Willy Wonka is. Is it Gene Wilder? Is it Johnny Depp? Who is your favorite Willy Wonka? Is it Timothée Chalamet? I will say I'm going to be talking about a lot of that in this video, but I definitely, for the most part, enjoyed myself with this movie. So real quick, before we dive in, if you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, letting me know that you enjoy the content that I put out here, movie reviews, trailer reactions, all of that fun stuff. And stay tuned because I will soon be posting my Christmas vlog for 2023. Without further ado, let's dive into Wonka. I want to talk about the biggest thing here, which is Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka. I saw the trailers and I was kind of on board. I wasn't sold. I wasn't like, yeah, this looks fantastic. I don't know. And when as I was going into the theater, I'm like, okay, you know, I've been seeing the little teasers and stuff, and I was like, maybe this will work. I got in, and I don't know what it was about the tone of the movie, but something just clicked for me there, and I thought Timothée Chalamet did a really good job. I will say, just for a comparison's sake, that I don't think he was better than Gene Wilder, and I don't think he was better than Johnny Depp. However, I think he's kind of in his own category here. And I think he did a really good job with the role. I had a fun time with it. That's really all I have to say just about Timothée Chalamet and his Willy Wonka role. Easily my favorite thing about the film is the color palette here. Everything has a great looking color to it. It's sparkly, it's dazzling. It just has that like almost fairy tale theme to it, to where like, you know, this isn't a real thing that's happening. Especially with like the town and the way things operate when they have like the chocolate cartel. I enjoyed those kind of elements, but the way that the colors kind of work with the story and the chocolate and just like kind of introducing things, I don't know. My eyes were very satisfied, I guess you could say, watching what was happening in front of me. Probably one of the weirder parts of this movie, I thought, was the Oompa Loompa, because going into this, I was like, what kind of role is he going to play? Because I knew that this wasn't like the chocolate factory, that this was like Willy Wonka's origin. So how did, he meet the Oompa Loompa? And so they kind of give this like whole thing where like he stole the bean that they hold sacred and that they like threw him out of Wonka land, or Wonka, yeah. And that like he had to go and like find Willy Wonka and like get their beans back and stuff like that. And sure. I mean, I don't know. It felt a little silly, but he just kind of like popped in at random moments. So yeah, probably the biggest surprise of this movie was they really didn't allude to this at all in the trailer. How integral like Noodle and like all the other side characters that Willy Wonka gets wrapped up with in this movie. Essentially, he gets at like this like hotel inn where they kind of pull like a scam job and like charge him like for each stare and like all this other just unnecessary fees, right? Well, after that, he has to like sneak out so he doesn't get like arrested. I don't know, they added like this whole element to the movie which I didn't think they really needed, but the part that I liked about it was the like little connections that we got to the rest of like, I'll call it the Willy Wonka gang, and that part was enjoyable. Obviously, if you've seen the trailers for this movie, you'll know that this actually is a musical, and I didn't mind that it was a musical. I don't know if you would consider the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory a musical, or even Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, because it kind of is. I will say, some of the songs really didn't hit for me in this one. Like, they were fine. They just kind of all had the same feeling. None of them really were like stuck out to me, aside from like, Come With Me and You'll See a World of, yeah, that whole thing, that was fine. But that's a song that already existed. A lot of the new songs were okay. Like, I don't think they were bad necessarily. I just don't think any of them like stuck. You know what I mean? None of them are in my head or in my playlist now. But overall, guys, I had a good time with this one. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, But once, you know, it started and there were sweet elements to it with like Willy Wonka and his mom and just the way he interacted with the community and just kind of like the whole wonder, you kind of get trapped up in it and it's just a good time. It's a kind of a feel-good movie. I kind of think that's where it's gonna fall for me most of the time, is that like, hey, if I just want to watch a feel-good movie, I might watch this once in a while. So let me know what you guys thought about Wonka, or if you haven't seen it, if you're planning to see it, let me know down in the comments what you are kind of expecting, or if you've already seen it, what you think of the movie, and who your favorite Willy Wonka is now that Timothée Chalamet's Willy Wonka exists. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, everybody.